We live.
Hey y'all, hey, it's another episode of Bonafide, her podcast featuring and it went screen. It happens. It's all good. What's going? Oh, it uh, just a minor technical difficulties. It happens. It's all good though. It's all good. So we live. So um, hey,
You get no somebody call I got my phone on D&D. Somebody still try to call me. So hold on, we good? Is we good? My bad.
we good, but it was a minor. It's a minor blooper. It's all
We
good,
good,
but.
yes, it is. We good.
But hey, y'all, hey, it's another episode of Bonafide Her Podcast featuring the one and only DJ Montgomery.
What's good, Ashley?
Goody, what's good? What's good, DJ? How you doing? What's the word, as you say? What's the word?
Hey, man, nothing, just chilling, just finally getting this podcast in. You know, I've been so busy. You asked me for a minute. I've been so busy. I finally got the time, so we gonna make it happen.
I appreciate it because it gets we stay busy with technology and the social media, but hey, the bread got to be made, so it's all
Yeah.
good.
So you hold on. Can you hear me good or no?
I can hear you great.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure.
I can hear you great. You're doing well, sir. So,
All
but
right.
let's get it started. So, DJ, can you tell us your sports journey to how you got to where you are?
Uh, well, I've been playing basketball pretty much like my whole life and stuff like that. I had a basketball hoop in my grandmother's house, so I always played on that. When the hoop broke, we was playing on the bush, me and my cousins. Then we had a trash can we was hooping on. So I kind of always been playing. I didn't really start. I got my first little sense of like organized basketball when my uncle took me to a basketball camp at Baylor. And from that point on, I kind of just like fell in love with it. I played in middle school. That was my first time ever playing organized as far as like on the team. Then I played high school and I played some college and I played some semi pro as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
I just remember you are huge, and when I first met you, when we first spoke, you were huge in Baylor. I was like, what does he know about Baylor? I was like, but then again, I was like, that is Texas. So it's like, but because and then I remember we were talking about Quincy Miller. You like, what you know about Quincy? You gotta
Yeah.
know ball to know about. I was like, bruh, Quincy is from the hoop state. And of course I gotta know, he went to Baylor. So it's like,
Yeah, my uncle, he went to Baylor. He went to Baylor, so he used to take us to all the camps, and I got to meet like all those guys. Like after the camp, we would go out to eat. So I got to eat with them, and then after that, they would do like their own open run. So I got to see them play like an open gym and stuff like that. It was super cool.
so this leads to my question. So like you got a chance to play in say the collegiate Paul area. What would you say from your experience? What are some of the misconceptions of that division that you got to play in?
Okay, so I got to play in the NAIA division. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but it's like small college basketball, but the talent is super like high level. We had like at the school I went to, we had a couple guys come from D1 to our school, and in our conference, it was a lot of D1 guys, D2 guys, guys that came up from junior college as well. It's like super high level, and every night you gotta fight. So uh, I think one of the misconceptions is just because it's not D1 that it's not as high level, but it is in a way.
And NAIA got some dogs though. Like a lot, like people forget. Like, you could be a D2, D3 NAIA, and everybody can still get it. Like, they could put like D1 on schedules, but D1 people can still get it like any day of the week.
No, facts.
And I think, and it leads to like that question because, you're big on your platform with all your social media, especially Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok all at the same time. How were you able to transition from playing to getting into the content creation, especially for the basketball area?
Okay. Well, the content creation stuff, it kind of happened by accident. Like I always used to say I wanted to be a content creator, but I never like put the work in. So one day, I kind of posted a video on Instagram, just playing around, trying to see what was gonna happen. And I posted it from like I had like a clothing brand page because I wanted to do a clothing brand initially, but I changed it to like just a regular like content page. So I took the clothing brand stuff off and changed it to like just a regular account. And I posted a reel on there, and my first reel did like 100K views in like maybe like 7 or 8 hours. And then the next day it was up to 1 million. So I was like, oh, interesting. So then I kind of tapped into the content side, and then that was like 3 years ago. And ever since then, I just been rocking, trying to stay consistent, just showing up every day, stuff like that.
Do you see a lot of, with the content creation and NIL making a huge wave of impact to where it has now built an empire for so many athletes, both on and off the court?
Hmm. You said, did I see? Do I see a lot of that?
Do you see a lot of, like, say, the content creation and the NIL have made a huge impact to where it has helped like athletes build an empire both on and off the court wise?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Like having having like an audience on social media can take you a long way, especially with like brands and like sponsorships and all that kind of stuff, because they want those people pushing their product. So absolutely, for sure. And they'll pay for you to do it as well. So definitely.
Because I would swear you would. I think if when you were still, I think when you would have been super huge in NIL, especially in college. If you did college sports, you were still playing NIL, you would have been. I know NIL, you would have been like killing it.
Maybe, I don't know. Like my college situation was a little different. I wasn't like no star player or nothing like that. So I don't know if you know too much about NAI, but NAI they got like two teams. So my first school that I went to, that I signed to, was Oklahoma Wesleyan. They like one of the top NAI programs in the country. The coach that offered me when I signed and I got to the school, I didn't find this out until I got to the school. He went to the women's side to be their head coach. So they brought in a new coach from another school, and I kind of wasn't a part of like the plan he had. So and I like I said, they got two teams. They got a developmental team and they got something they call a varsity. So I didn't get to be on the top team. So I was just on the developmental team, and I was playing against like nothing but JUCOs. Like we was on a van, we was going like Kansas, Oklahoma, we was playing nothing but JUCOs, like still tough competition. I still did my thing, but yeah, I wasn't one of the star guys. So I don't know as far as like the basketball side, if I would have been good in NIL, but content wise, if I was doing what I'm doing now, I probably could have got some brands and stuff for sure.
Transitioning from like the NAIA to you getting to play the semi-pro league and like the professional, what was that transition like for you?
Oh, it was good. It was good because like I said, I came from an NI and I played on a smaller team, but I always put the work in. Like I always felt like I can be at the top, you know what I'm saying? Because I was putting in a lot of hours, like 3 times a day. Like I was super consistent. So when I got to playing semi-pro, I'm playing against some of these guys who played D1, D2, D3 junior college. I'm playing against them, and I'm just like looking at them like I didn't get to play at your level, but I'm playing you now. So I'm gonna prove to myself that I always could have been on that level, or I could play with these guys. So every time I went out there, I had a chip on my shoulder, like, and I did pretty well for myself in semi pro.
Hey, you better let them know what it is, DJ. Come on, then. You are Texas through and through. You represent Texas all day. And I know Texas is one of the states that's huge in hoops. For you, what does that mean for you to be part of the Texas hoop legacy from your perspective, from your, from where you're at?
I wouldn't say I'm a part of the legacy or nothing like that, but it's big. Texas. Some people consider it a hoop state. Some people don't. It's really like a lot of people consider it like a football state, but basketball is real big down here too. And we got a lot of guys coming out of Texas making noise in the league, like overseas, top leagues over there, NBA, all that stuff. So it's good that I was able to just compete against a lot of those guys doing their thing and shining at the highest level of basketball. So yeah.
For sure. And This leads to my question. First of all, we got to shout out. First of all, shout out to Miss Michaela Boykin.
Shout
And
out
we got to
Michaelis, man. Shout out
shout out
Michaelis.
to shout out to her. What was that like? For you to be part of her group, the Inspire group.
It's a blessing to be honest, cause I learned so much from her just working with her in a short amount of time, and like it kind of came out of nowhere. Like I was just chilling one day, and I get a she hit me up and was like, "Have you been getting any brand deals?" Da da da. She kind of introduced herself to me and stuff like that, but I had never heard of her. So I don't know if you remember this, but I reached out to you and asked, "Did you know of her? Like, what do you think of her and stuff like that?" Because I hadn't heard nothing, and you gave me a pretty good review. And from that point forward, we set up a phone call and stuff like that. We talked. It was a great conversation, great vibes, great energy, seemed real genuine. And ever since then, we've been rocking. So it's just a blessing to be a part of what they got going on and Inspire. She looking out for it. They taking care of me.
For sure, because you in an elite group right there. You got you with her, Rob Cohen and Duke Skywalker. I'm like, oh, he's in the elite
Yeah.
group.
Got some heavy hitters over there for sure.
So for you, what have you like from with Inspire? What is the biggest thing that as a content creator that it has taught you? Both on and off the court as a content creator and a person.
Just representing yourself well, regardless if you're doing content or if you're not doing content, because your reputation is everything, you know what I'm saying? And like one thing I learned is just making sure you just being the best person you can be, on and off the court, even when the camera's not on, who are you? That kind of thing. So just continuing to be genuine, be kind to people, be nice. Cause it costs $0 to be cool, be nice, be a nice person. So just embodying that every day, being consistent with that.
For sure. And this leads to my question, when it comes to representation, having someone that looks up to you both on and off the court, for you, how important is representation?
It's big, real big, because I come from a city where it's not a lot of positive impacts. Like we got some, but I'm from a city where it's small, it's real cutthroat, grimy, trenches for real. So just having somebody you can look at in a good way that could give you hope to like push and try to make it out, that's everything. And the fact that like I'm starting to get in a position where kids are looking up to me and seeing me as somebody who inspired them, that mean a lot. So definitely that.
For sure. First of all, I definitely see you as an advocate of women's basketball, especially like we be knowing like you know all the people that I know. I'm like, and I know all the people. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So this leads to my question: is what inspires you to advocate for women's basketball?
Okay, well yeah, I always been sort of like my AU coach used to call me like a basketball fanatic. Like I always just been super tapped in with women's sports, men's sports, like especially when it come to basketball. So yeah, I've been rocking with the women and stuff like that. And a lot of women advocate for men's sports and anything. They always pushing and supporting and all that. So I feel like it's only right for us to do the same thing, especially since women sports is not as big. So anytime I can use my platform or anything like that to push or shed light on some stuff women are going through with sports or just life in general, I try to do that as much as I can.
Who are some like the women hoopers that you like really just kind of admire their game, or you like, dang, like she is her, like
So
she's a bucket.
one of my favorite women hoopers of all time is probably Maya Moore. She was
Yes,
like, I remember watching her when she was at UConn, right?
yes,
She
yes.
was a bucket. Like she used to just she reminded like how like you got some women who like the way they hoop, you could tell they play with nothing but like guys their whole life. She just kind of reminded me of that, and like I really liked how her game was and stuff. So I say Myra Moore, Skylar Diggins, Odyssey Sims, like them are kind of some of the women I grew up watching. So yeah, Myra Moore, Odyssey Sims, Skylar Diggins, them, yeah, they tough for real.
Man, Odyssey Sims is a bucket, and she helped Baylor win a championship too. Come,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. She did her thing at Baylor for sure.
and she hooping now with Dallas Wings, so like she back at it. So
Yeah. Yeah. Odyssey, she putting on for sure. She doing her thing.
you pull. I about to say you went in your bag with that one because I was like, it's been
Yeah,
a long time
man.
somebody mentioned about Odyssey Sims.
For
So
sure. For sure. Yeah. I still can't believe it. I think, yeah, Maya Moore, she retired early, didn't she? She started doing like work around like the world and stuff like that.
yeah, so Maya Moore retired a few years ago. So because she just got so like last year I believe she got into the Hall of Fame. But yeah, she took a whole sabbatical break to do like social justice work to where
Yes.
she helped somebody get what's it called get exonerated, and then they end up getting married and having a kid. I'm like,
That's love right there. That's love.
for real. Like, and people forget, like, when people try to disrespect Maya Moore and put her on, like, say, the second, like, All American, like, in, like, say, the greatest college players list, I be like, y'all did not pay attention what I paid attention. But okay, y'all.
Fact.
Like, the fact that she has like a lot of people forget the fact she has one of the best winning percentages in of all time in pro, like in the like the 85 to the 89% winning percentage from high school to college to pros, including USA. I'm like, how
That's
can you
different.
not? Right. Like,
Definitely in a tier of her own, like a class of her own for sure.
I mean, and she became the first like woman to sign with Jordan and release a shoe with Jordan. Like, but you know, folks, like if folks ain't ready for that conversation, I'll be like,
It's
folks ain't
not
ready
they're
for
not
that.
ready for that. You can get in your bag behind my more, can't you?
Man, I don't play, but that's I told she like when you said my, I was like the goat. That is the goat right there. Her, well, to me, my other goat is Ivory Latta, but that is a shit. Like she was shifty. Ivory Latta was shifty. Like
I heard of her before.
you gotta watch her for real. But like if you like shifty guards that will like break ankles, yeah, she's her.
Okay.
Like damn. But this leads to my question though, like with college basketball for like, you know, with men's and women's with the NCAA, you know, what have you noticed about the college basketball that has been different when you were growing up to versus what it is right now?
The biggest thing I noticed is the NIL is changing everything. The fact that you can get paid to play now, it's kind of taking away some of like the genuine nature of hoops. Like you never like nowadays you don't really get too many teams where you got like three or four people. I mean, like you got like seniors and juniors, like a lot of upperclassmen that started there from their freshman year to their senior year. Like every year it's something different. You know, you got like the transfer portal is one of the biggest things ever now because, like I said, you can pay to play. So, like, I just think that's one of the biggest things. When I was in school, you had people started the school from freshman year and they stay to their senior year. You know, so it's a lot of chemistry and stuff going on with that. But now it's like people doing a 1 year somewhere and whoever can pay me the most money, that's where I'm going. So I just think hoops is changing a lot on both sides, even coaches too. Like I think the NIL has changed everything in college sports for good and bad.
I will say I definitely am so I could definitely see what you're saying. I will say when I was in college, like when you transferred, you had to sit out the whole year when you
Facts.
transfer. People that like when you and that was like say that was your year gone, and then unless you transferred, unless you were like a senior going your graduate year, you automatically play. But you transfer, you had to sit out a whole year and just like you can practice, but you cannot play. And that was like the biggest thing that a lot of people forget. Like, and then also if you were to transfer, you had to transfer to another conference. You couldn't transfer
Yeah.
within with like say one school from one school to another within that conference because it's like that was almost like that's a big no. Like you couldn't do that. So
Yeah, it's no consequences for transferring now. So that's why like everybody do it like every year. Like you used to have to sit down back in the day. And if you got to sit out a year, like the older you get, the more like if you trying to go to the league, that's like hurting your draft stock because they really want you young, stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, nah, definitely.
And I think when it comes to transfers, you mentioned about coaches too. I think when it comes to transfers too, with coaches too, a lot of people don't talk about this, is how like coaches will leave in the middle of the season to go to another team that they go to versus where say like students have to wait till their season to transfer.
Hmm.
Like there's like this whole double standard, like say, you know, a lot of there's I always say there's like this double standard where like say it's the college athletes, like if say they want to transfer, they talk about their transfer and they go and they have to wait out till the season goes. But coaches, say the coach gets another job, like they can just leave anytime they want. They don't wait till like some don't wait till the season ends.
And some coaches, they'll know, like you said, like towards the end of the season or the middle, that they're transferring and they're not telling anybody until the season's over. Like, and it kind of like they kind of put people on the back burner, and it kind of like hurt other people because they were expecting you to be there. And now that you're leaving, who's to say this guy that's coming in is gonna rock with me? Like, I came here for you. Now you dipping, you ain't say nothing. Now I'm in a bad situation. So definitely.
I see. First of all, shout out to you with the shirt because it's fire. It's
Oh, you
fire.
talking this?
Yes, let them know what it is. So,
Mental
and
health matters. Mental health matters. 100%.
here, so this leads to my question. I always say that athletes are humans first. But for you, as a black man and an athlete, how important is mental health to you?
Mental health is very, very important. If you don't got your mental right, it can be a domino effect in your life, and it can cause a lot of things to like fall out apart. So making sure you got your mental on track is one of the most important things you can do. It's crazy. I had did some homework on like especially like men's mental health. Uh and it says that men are more likely or three times more likely to like themselves because of the mental health stuff than women are. So it's more important than ever nowadays.
For you, like from your say from your perspective, and I've always been curious in like say when it comes to men's mental health, especially when it comes to speaking out, why is it at times very difficult for men or male athletes to speak up about mental health?
Uh it could be a lot of things depending on the person, but probably like a lot of guys just feel like people don't really care. Like, a lot of people say like you a man, like figure it out, you know, suck it up, like be tough, that kind of stuff that you kind of been like taught since a kid. So now you grow up and you've been bottling all this stuff in for so long because you've been told like you can't cry or you can't show emotion or you gotta be tough, you gotta be stoic. So I think that's one of the main things for real. Like why dudes don't really speak out on it a lot because it's something that's frowned upon. Not by everybody, but by a lot of people, I think.
That's real. But first of all, shout out to you and Pre because I the body first y'all like y'all are like the dynamic duo. Every time like at the panel, I'm like, I know they got something. It's like a gentleman talk, something happening, something brewing. But like to see, like I said, like shout out to both of y'all. Like I said, like the panel. Every time y'all had the panels together, I'm like, y'all. That's the. It's like this is when you know it's getting real. The gentleman brewing, some brewing. So,
Shout out Pre, man. That's my guy right there. Shout out Pre. That's big bro
so
for real.
for for if Pre sees this, he better. Pre
I'm gonna
better
send it
see
to him.
this.
I'm gonna send it to him. I'm gonna send it to him. He gonna see it for sure. I'm gonna send it to him.
So my question is for you is how do you balance social media and your sports simultaneously in your everyday life?
Well, uh, once, because at one point I was doing semi-pro and I was doing content, right? But it was like 50-50. So as I started to grow my platform bigger and bigger, I had to sit down with myself and ask myself like what I really wanted. Do I want to be trying to like make it in basketball still and go overseas or something, or do I want to like try to make content my full time thing? So once I decided that I was gonna lean into content, I kind of took a backseat with basketball. I kind of like started putting less and less energy in that and started focusing more on the content side. So it's been a lot easier now because I'm not really doing both. I'm just more so focused on the content 100%. In basketball, I still hoop and stuff like that, but I'm not like playing like semi pro or like working out 2 to 3 times a day anymore because I realized that the ball got to stop bouncing at some point, and for me, it's now. So yeah,
There times where you miss like the competitive playing competitively at times? Is there times you have those moments like, dang, I miss it?
absolutely. Anytime I see any of my like old highlights and stuff like that, I'll be like, dang, bro, like I just miss like being out there hooping, especially with the semi pro team I was on. Like a lot of us like kind of like grew up together. We all went our separate paths when it came to like college and stuff like that. But when we found our way back to each other and we playing as like grown men on the same team, it kind of like gave me like a kid feeling like these guys I've been knowing my whole life and we hooping as grown men and we out here like killing, like we doing our thing, like coming from a small city, going to these big cities, winning these tournaments and stuff. So it was I definitely missed it sometimes. I miss the guys more than anything though.
What advice would you give to somebody that wants to do what you're doing, but they really love, say, the creation aspect, but also really love hooping and competitively?
What advice would I give them? This is somebody who haven't started yet, right? Or no?
It could be anything. You could just, what advice would you
The
give to?
biggest advice I would give anybody as far as like content goes is consistency. I get a lot of people, like especially people who knew me like coming up, when they find out that like I got like a social media presence and stuff like that, they ask me questions all the time. And I tell them like whatever you're doing content wise, make sure it's something that you're passionate about, because when you are not getting results as far as like views, likes, comments, engagement, whenever they go, like if you don't really love it or you're not really passionate about it, you're gonna give up quick. So the thing with me was like I love doing basketball content, So early on when like I wasn't getting like when I went from that million views to like, oh, now this video is getting 100, this video is getting 1,000. Like, I was still good because it's like, bro, I love doing this. Like, so I would just say, make sure you making content that you're passionate about. That way, it makes it easy for you to continue and push forward when you're not getting those results. And I would also say, just be consistent. That's the biggest thing in content. Like, you got to show up every day. You got to. If not, you can miss that day, and you can be out that algorithm like that. So,
That's real. First of all, can we shout out your content, because hey, your reaction videos, I'll be like, oh, my show is on real quickly. Oh, he popped in. But like
that.
the one that I still is I people still like, I don't know why, but it was that one where the reaction video where the coach, you're like passing the ball to the coach, y'all up by 30, and he makes the shot. Everybody
Man,
got it. Everybody getting the tag. I literally, I still can't believe people like. I literally thought that was funny. I literally said everybody got a tag, and people still like. I'm like, God dang, over 30
oh yeah, that comment went viral. Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember that video. That was crazy. Like I couldn't believe like they actually that was like the highest form of disrespect I ever seen in a basketball game. And then the coach made the shot. That's the crazy part. Like, yeah, nah, that was
bro,
crazy.
the reaction video to me, I was like, it was hilarious. I was like, the way you say it too, like, I was like, I had to type that out, because it's like the way you said it was hilarious. Or when somebody just makes like a whatever shot it was, you like slam your arm, talking about sub.
Uh, get him out of here, coach. Get him out. Get him out the game. I can't watch this no more.
Like, it was the one about the sub there was a bunch of ones. The one where there was another video that was hilarious, where I don't know. The girl was about to shoot a free throw, and this girl snatched that ball out
Oh,
of the.
I was like, what is she doing? Like, yeah, I think I said something like free throws ain't free no more, I guess.
No, bruh. I think that I think like those reaction videos that you be making, I'm like, yo, my show is on. I don't know what's going on. I'll be like
Appreciate
waiting for
that.
the. I'll
Appreciate
be
that.
like waiting for like what he gotta say, and then the ones you oh my gosh, what's it called? I saw one where you didn't want on Larry, but I'm like, I mean, I'm not out, but I was like, man, well, because you're like for a white boy, dang, he was
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah, nah. Nice, nice for sure.
But I gotta give a shout out to you and your content for real. Like, I'd be like, man, is he gonna do a sub or he's gonna be like just another walk away? Like, I ain't got time for this. Like,
Nah,
just
I appreciate that for sure.
you
Appreciate
gotta
that.
do you gotta do a whole like say shirt where it says sub and you with
I
like
might
your
have to.
little
People been asking me. They've been asking me to get into the merch business and stuff like that. I still haven't made my way to it, but I'm definitely brainstorming some ideas for sure.
like Michaela, if you hear this,
I I
but
might have to tap in with her after this. See what I can do as far as that goes.
because I'm telling you, if somebody the whole sub like or just anything, just like nah, passing like just because, bruh, the I'm telling you, the reaction videos you be making, I'd be like, what's going on today? What's the weather like today? Okay, bet,
Mhm.
all right. But this
Yeah.
leads to my question: is if there was a word or phrase to describe your journey so far, what would it
Mhm.
be?
I would say perseverance, just because like I've been through a lot. I took a lot of L's, a lot of L's. Been through a lot of adversity, a lot of setbacks, and I just never let it. I never let it make me quit. I never let it hold me down to the point to where I want to stop. I always kept going no matter what. I got my closest friends and family that's around me. They always remind me that I'm chosen. And they make sure they keep me up when I'm down, and they push me to go be great every day. So I would definitely say perseverance, because there's been a lot of times I could have gave up, but I kept going. So that for sure.
That might be another word of the year for this podcast. I've heard resilience and perseverance. So that
That's
might be, but it's too real. Like, if you think about it, you mentioned you took a lot of L's. Like, I realize those L's, sometimes those L's turn those lessons in, you don't look at it as a loss, but more like a lesson, like, how can I be better?
no facts. Facts, facts. Without those L's, I wouldn't be who I am today. So I probably wouldn't be on this podcast with you. So I always kind of look at it with that perspective. Like, I needed those to get to where I am now.
First of all, can we? I just know I see Michael in the back. I see a Kobe in the back and
Oh
AI
yeah.
in the back.
My
Let them
favorite
know.
player of all time, Allen Iverson, right there. Shout out AI. Michael, Kobe, AI. I got Jordan right there too, and then I got a LeBron one right here on the side of me.
I ain't never seen a LeBron one. I was like, but the three,
You want-
those three,
Yeah.
those three, those three, I was like, I'm good with those three. Like,
Shout Yo, good with those. Yeah. Shout out to the
I'm good
guys.
with those three. No shade to LeBron, I promise
He
you.
said no
But
shade. Say yeah.
no
I saw
shade. But if we talking about like competitive and you know that don't cry about not getting a call every time.
that. Nah,
So
I feel you for sure. He definitely an actor sometimes. But he's still great too though. He's still great too.
I mean, 41 going in your about to darn near his 24th year if he stays. But what is it about AI? What is it about Allen Iverson that you really are inspired by him?
I just like that he was just so authentically himself, like no matter what. Like he wasn't finna like dumb himself down for like anybody. When he came in the room, he was Allen Iverson 100% of the time. You never had to question that. And he just stood on business about himself. And he was just so influential in like basketball and stuff like that. A lot of things that people do today as far as like accessories, just like drip off the court, braids. I remember when I first seen AI with braids, I wanted braids when I was little. Now, of course, my mom wouldn't let me get them, but he the reason I wanted to have long hair and wear headbands and arm sleeves and stuff like that. So just that and his killer instinct for sure. When he was on the court, him just being the smallest person and still having the impact that he had, that just like inspired me the most. Like you can be short, you can be small, you can be an underdog and still like make a way no matter what. So that's why I rock with AI the most.
Let them know, especially because here's the thing. I before I mean before Allen Iverson had the braids. I mean he had the what's it called, the brush cut kind
Yeah.
of. But everybody, you didn't see a lot of people wearing the cornrow braids until he came in. You didn't see a lot of people wearing like say the jerseys or the baggy like well
Yeah, the baggy, real baggy shorts and stuff.
the baggy shorts came from like the Michigan Fab Five, but like if you popularizing it, yeah, Allen Iverson did that. Like like, I mean, of course, everybody when everybody mentioned practice, they always like practice, but
Facts.
like, but if you read the history about like why he said it, it's like there's a huge deep history like like why he said practice like not a game, but practice. Like if you actually know like the real history of like, oh, like this is okay. But I mean, and also like if you think of number three, a lot of people gonna think Allen Iverson for number three, then Dwayne Wade. I'm just saying. But
Facts. He started that. He started that for sure.
so I have a question. There's this whole now. I know there's this whole debate between like say who's a better like scorer between Kyrie and Allen Iverson. There's been a whole debate about it.
These my two favorite players all time.
Who do you like? Who would you say is a better scorer? Because I know like you could pull up stats and accolades and everything, but
I'm a look. I'm gonna go AI. But he averaged 30 at one point, and at a time in the league where it was like tough, like it was a lot more tough to score in his era. I'm definitely gonna go AI, but I do think that Kyrie has more ways to score, if that makes sense. Like he can put you in a post. He got all these crazy finishes, threes, step backs, euros, all that. But I'm gonna go AI for being the better one, though. So
sounds about right. I
and
mean, Iverson had four scoring titles, four, four,
come on
four,
now, with
and he
Kobe
was
and Malone,
matter and people forget this man took the 76ers to a finals when he was the number one guy and he had Dikembe Mutombo who was about to in his later
leading
years, but he was the number one guy for the
exactly
76ers going against say the Lakers who had Kobe and Shaq
Shaq
and
and all them.
everybody.
Monstars team for real. Like he didn't really have much help on that squad, and he still did that. Like that's crazy.
Like I mean, four scoring titles and but don't like let's I mean Kyrie, like you said, Kyrie got more in his bet.
He do.
Kyrie has like he got some, but also people forget Allen Iverson made that crossover so nice. People forget how the crossover.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He inspired a lot of people to get in that crossover bag. Like with just I want to say Allen Iverson was the first person I really seen just like breaking ankles for real. Like the amount of clips he got, like just dropping people. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, nah, yeah, he
I mean, he
definitely.
crossed over Jordan. People forget that.
Nah, I don't think nobody forgetting that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that's one of his highlights of his career. Like, yeah, he did that. He did that.
But the handles that Kyrie got handles like crazy. Like
I I definitely think Kyrie got the best handle in NBA history. He
best
just he got I think he the all time great when it comes to handles, just like the moves and how he got the ball on the screen. Like I gotta go Kyrie with handle for sure. I got to.
over like a
Mhm.
Jamal Crawford or a Pistol Pete Maravich or a
over everybody. You gotta look. You gotta tap into them Kyrie highlights after this. You gotta look at the
No,
movie.
I've seen Kyrie. Kyrie got handles like I used to do the. I don't know if I remember there was like videos where he would put like the grocery bags. People used to
Yeah,
put plastic bags and put the ball, and he had
he's
to.
dribbling. Yes, yes.
Yes,
Kyrie. Yes, I'm going Kyrie every time. Like I got to.
I would say he. I mean, there was one video. I don't know if anybody remember it, where he was at the USA Olympics tryouts thing, where they had the ball is, and he like literally
Dribble
just
through
crossed.
everybody. Yeah.
Yes, and
Yes.
then like literally he did I'm like, that was my favorite thing about Kyrie. That video was my favorite clip from Kyrie, where he just dribbled through everybody while trying to guard him in the drill. I'm like,
Yeah, that's my guy right there, man. Shout out Kyrie. Him, AI, my favorite players of all time.
shout out to Kyrie. I'm gonna need Kyrie on the podcast for real.
Oh, we gotta make that happen. However we can do that, we gotta get Kyrie up here.
And I mean, he is a Duke person. I'm not a Duke person, but he is a Duke, so I'm
He
with
said,
the.
I'm not a Duke person.
I'm not a Duke person, but I'm an ACC person. So
Okay, okay,
he's in a
okay.
lot of people's Duke's top five. I'm with it, but hey,
Okay. He
so
should
got
be able to make that work. He should be able to make that work.
that's true. But this leads to my question. So I always ask my guests. So bonafide means authentic, unique, but for the men, the authenticity. Oh, blessed if I said it right, and there's no stumbles. Blessed. Like I said, this podcast is raw and real. There may be bloopers. But what makes Mr. DJ Montgomery authentic, and what makes your story stands out?
Uh I would just say, kind of going back to the perseverance, I would say like my never quit, never give up mentality. Like I said, like, I come from a city where like it ain't easy. Not a lot of people make it out. I didn't have friends who weren't as fortunate, whether they go to jail or whether they pass away for whatever reason and stuff like that. Where I'm blessed to still be here despite everything I've been through. Like coming from like a coming from like unfortunate circumstances. I never let it derail me. I never let it define me in a way to where it's like I gotta just because I'm in this environment, I gotta do this. Nah, I saw the environment I was in. I said I don't want to be a part of this. So I said, whatever I gotta do, I'm gonna make it out. I'm gonna do what I can to get out this environment in a positive way. And I want to inspire others, give hope to others that come from the same circumstances in the same area. Inspiration. So that's for sure.
Ooh, let me get my little shakers. I don't know where my tambourine is, but that's real right there. That's real.
Appreciate
Comfortable with
you. Yeah,
it.
appreciate
One of the biggest things I always, Kobe always says that you mentioned you hear about inspiration is one of the greatest gifts you could give to somebody is inspiration, especially whatever they're passionate about. And I swear to goodness, every time I see that, I'm like, bruh,
you.
that's real.
That's real. That's
That
real.
that is that's real. That's real. So,
That's real.
but DJ, can you let the folks know how where they can find you, support you, follow you, any upcoming happenings upcoming?
Y'all can find me on Instagram at DJ Munt YT. That's DJ M0NT YT. On TikTok is DJ Munt. Facebook is DJ Munt YT as well, and YouTube is DJ Munt. You said anything coming up? Just a lot more content. I'm trying to add more to my content bag. So, I got the reactions on lock. I'm starting to get the skits down. I want to add a little more to the content. I might join the league, get some mic'd up content for people so they could just see me hoop and me entertain in that way. But yeah, for sure. Can I give a shout out real quick?
Yes, the floor is yours.
I want to give a special shout out to you just because like I just love everything you doing. You one of the most genuine, nicest people I ever met in my life. That's why I said I gotta make this happen because like why not? Ashley is always supporting, advocating for like everybody. It's like I don't know nobody for my community that can say anything bad about you. And I just want to say I love what you're doing and I appreciate it. And any way I can support and help, I'm gonna do that. So I just want to give a shout out to you.
I might have to cry later on. Just had the tears. I feel I feel very honored. Appreciate it. But hey,
Appreciate you.
guys, man, shout out to the crew. Shout out to the Monte crew.
Yeah.
y'all be y'all be sure to follow this king right here, the man, the myth, the legend himself, DJ at DJ Mont with the O, with the zero instead of the O, but the
Zero.
zero DJ M0 NTYT at Instagram. And be sure
Yeah.
to follow him on Twitch and TikTok and Facebook because you're gonna see all the
Yeah,
reaction content, everything. So
for sure. Definitely. We on all platforms with it.
you better let them know. Be sure to check out the live replay of Bonafide podcast episode 228 featuring the one and only DJ Montgomery after this. Big shout out to DJ for coming on the podcast, for
Shout
sharing
out
his
to you.
story.
Appreciate you for having me. Appreciate you for having me.
Of course. Big shout out to everybody that tuned in and be sure to check out the live replay after this. Thank you guys for tuning in.
All
Peace.
right. That's